Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about the do's and don'ts in your USMLE journey. I'm not going to cover any USMLE content or topics. Today I'll actually talk about something that is even more important. So these are actually the key things you need to know before starting your preparation, okay? Not everyone begins their journey at the same level, and USMLE preparation is not just about how much you know. There are many factors that can affect your progress, like financial constraints, time management, peer pressure, your age, or even how long it's been since you graduated. So there are many factors that affect. So today I want to share some essential do's and don'ts that will help you navigate this journey smartly, stay consistent, and make your preparation more effective from day one. Okay, so let's talk about do's and don'ts in your USMLE journey. So what are the do's? Okay, you need to first, let's talk about, there are 6 do's I'm going to talk about. Prepare mindset, start NBME early, focus on revision over new topics, realistic study schedule, practice active learning, start your world early. So let's talk about prepare your mindset. Prepare a mindset for this long journey. Okay, USMLE is a marathon, not a sprint. It's not a one-day journey. Okay, and completing all 3 steps actually requires months, okay, even years of dedication. So some days will be great, some days it will be challenging, but main thing is that we need to stay consistent. Staying consistent and believing in your ability of succeeding is the key for the USMLE success. So we need to prepare our mindset for this long journey. Let's talk about number 2. Start NBME early. Take take at least one NBME exam early in your preparation to understand your baseline performance, like where do you stand and what is the area you need to give more importance, or what is the area you need to focus on. So you need to first take one NBME exam early in your preparation. Okay, and then this actually helps you to identify your strong as well as weak areas, and you can plan accordingly your study time, and that will be more efficient. Okay, early feedback saves months of unfocused studying, so you know where do you stand. So always start NBME early. Okay, focus on revision over new topics. Okay, instead of actually constantly starting new topics, okay, revise what you have already studied and aim to revise completed topics at least say once a week. You need to revise them. Okay, repeated learning strengthens retention. Actually, it prevents the need to start from scratch. Okay, later, because there it's a long journey, right? And there might be some topics you might feel completely new when you start over. So always focus on revision over new topics. Okay, that is very important. The other one is realistic study schedule. Okay, you need to create your own realistic study schedule. You can find many study schedule of others, but you are unique. Your journey is unique. So you need to have that realistic study schedule. Okay, you need to plan your study hours and breaks, and that should be planned according to your energy level as well as your responsibilities. Okay, you might be working, so your working hours might be different, or some might have that ability to even stay at home and prepare, so their responsibilities will be different, their study hour and breaks will be different. So you need to plan your study hours and breaks according to your energy levels and responsibilities. Okay, the main thing is here consistency. Consistency is more important than the intensity, is what I believe. So you need to have consistency. A well structured schedule actually reduces the stress and actually prevent burnout. Okay, because there will be long preparation period. Okay, so it will prevent burnout over long study period. So you need to plan and create a realistic study schedule, okay, that suits you, because you are unique. Your USMLE journey is unique, so you need to think about that. Okay, the other one is practice active learning. This is what I feel is very important. Okay, you need to use techniques like what it suits you, okay, because everyone is different again. So use techniques like flashcards, okay, Anki or whatever you prefer, self quizzing, or even teaching concepts aloud. Some might have that ability to teach. Okay, so if you are able to teach certain concepts to other, then that will also help you to learn. Okay, so and retain your knowledge. So it is use techniques like flashcards, self quizzing, teaching concepts, okay, aloud, and then active recall and spaced repetition will dramatically improve your retention, and it will help you remember information under exam conditions. Okay, so active learning is very important. The other one I like to say is start your UWorld early. Okay, use UWorld as a learning tool early in your preparation. Don't panic if your scores are low initially, because this is a learning tool. It's not your test day. Okay, so you need to learn it. Learn the topic, focus on understanding why your answers were wrong, what you need to focus on, understand the concept, learn the concept. Okay, and after 1.5 months of preparation, you can start use UWorld in timed mode to simulate that test conditions. Okay, prepare that mind for your test day. Okay, so you need to start UWorld early. Don't panic if the scores are low, because that is not your test day. It's a learning tool. You need to learn, you need to understand the concept. Okay, now let's go to don'ts. So don't compare yourself to others. Okay, that is very, very, very important. I would say this is the by far the most important thing. Everyone's journey is unique. You are unique. Your USMLE journey is unique. You are unique, so please don't compare yourself to others. Okay, some might be starting this journey during their MBBS, some might be starting after graduation, some even after long gap, or some even after post graduation. So your age could range from mid 20s to mid 40s or even more. Okay, so your journey is unique. Comparing yourself to others will only create unnecessary pressure. Okay, so please don't do that. Please, no, don't compare. If you have to compare, is to compare yourself. Okay, focus on your progress and compare today's self with your past self. So compare yourself. So that is what you need to do. Don't compare yourself to others. If you have to compare, focus on your progress and compare today's self with your past self. That is what you need to do. Okay? Don't compare yourself to others. This is by far the most important thing which you need to learn, and you need to keep this thing so that your journey is smooth. Okay, don't collect too many story resources. Okay, don't collect, just stick to one or two trusted resources. You can stick to first aid. I would prefer that. Everyone prefers that. Okay, first aid and one question bank. I would again prefer UWorld. So like first aid and question bank, UWorld. Okay, using multiple books will extend your study time, and there will be certain confusion. You can, like, it can make you forget what you have read previously. Okay, so your previous studied material will be easily forgotten. So you have to stick to one. Okay, one resources or two resources, not more than that. Okay, first aid and one question bank, probably UWorld. That will help you to maintain your won't help you to extend your study time. It will maintain you, it will help you to stick on your study schedule. Okay, it won't lengthen your process. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, don't collect too many resources, because everything is there in UWorld, and this first aid. Okay, so you don't have to stick to too many resources, just stick to one or two resources. And the other one is, I've already talked about, don't panic over low UWorld scores. Okay, you should never panic. Okay, because UWorld is a learning tool. As I have said earlier, it's a learning tool, it's not a grading tool. Okay, so if your score is low now, don't panic. You just need to analyze why your answers were wrong, or what you have misunderstood. Study the explanations, practice similar questions to solidify your knowledge. So do that. Don't panic over your low UWorld scores. Okay, the other one is, don't ignore the timed practice in the this UWorld. Okay, after like 1 month, I would say 1 month of preparation, use this practice questions in time mode to develop that pacing skills. Okay, because time is everything. Time management is actually critical for your test day success, because you have that knowledge, you have done that preparation, but what you lack is your this time management. So time is crucial, so you need to make your brain oriented to that pacing skills. So timed practice is very important, so you need to do that thing. Okay, so don't ignore the time practice. The other one is, don't get disheartened by the social life. Okay, that is also something which we don't think that will affect us, but yes, that will definitely affect us, because it is not like just 1 month dedication or just 1 day dedication. Okay, because step 1, step 2, step 3, it takes a lot of time. So that is it's a marathon, right? So for that, like, friends or relatives may enjoy parties or leisure. Okay, but what we have to do is balance. Okay, balance is key. You can participate. I'm not saying that don't participate in social activities. You need to participate, because otherwise it will be monotonous, right? So you can participate in social activities in moderation, but what you need to do is prioritize this study during your preparation. Okay, even small compromises, like suppose instead of attending gathering for 5 hours, you can shorten it, right? You can attend it for 1 hour instead of 5. Okay, that will help maintain focus and without feeling like deprived. Okay, so don't get disheartened by your social life. So you need to maintain a balance. Okay, it's not that you are not allowed to, or you are forbidden of taking part in social activities. No, if it's the case, you will again feel that deprivation, and then you will feel monotonous and your mind won't work. Okay, so you need to have that balance. Okay, just have some small improvise, even small compromises will be fine. The last but not least is, don't force yourself to study when sick. This is very important. I've seen my colleagues, my friends, my relatives, they have done this. And this is something that will affect you, because this is something that is not going to help you. Okay, so your body and mind must be in top notch condition, okay, for effective study and problem solving. So if you are unwell, take time. Okay, take time to rest, take time to heal. Just relax. Okay, pushing yourself during illness will actually reduce your efficiency and long-term retention. So please do relax. Please don't study when you are sick. That is very important. So these are all the do's and don'ts for the USMLE. Okay, this is very important. USMLE USMLE is a marathon. Strategic planning, consistency, self-care is your strongest pillar. So focus on your journey, stay consistent, trust the process. Okay, what you have to do is trust the process, trust yourself. Okay, and stay consistent. Just study, keep learning, keep studying. Okay, keep focusing. Consistency is the key, and keep maintaining the balance between your mind and body. Okay, So stay blessed, guys. One step closer to mass day. Keep learning. Take care. Bye bye.